Anybody out there who's not freaking out about the future of AI, I think is delusional. I'm actually not afraid that AI will replace me and any other executive out there. I'm actually quite sure that's going to happen. I think it's not a question if, it's only a question when. All the tools that you learned to build a classic career in corporate are exactly the skills we don't need. We don't need people that can memorize stuff. AI can do that much better. We're not talking, used to be 15 years until a business got profitable.
Yeah.
Now we're talking in 15 days.
Exactly.
So what else we got to bring up? Like, what else do we have to offer if suddenly we don't have to work anymore?
Exactly. Hi, I'm Lisette. I'm HR, and I've been here working for 1.5 years in the company. And I'm currently here today with
Julien. I'm the CEO and founder of EX Venture and multiple other companies, serial entrepreneur, and here to build some incredible talent.
Okay, so you push AI integration hard. Are you worried that one day AI could actually be better as a CEO than you?
I'm actually not afraid that AI will replace me and any other executive out there. I'm actually quite sure that's going to happen. I think it's not a question if, it's only a question when. You see how much less we are involved on a day-to-day basis, how much more automation is happening at higher levels every single day. So I think that this is like the last period of in time where executives like me are needed to steer the boat. I think we're going to pass that on to AI pretty soon.
Okay. What do you like most about our work culture?
What I really like about the work culture is that I personally always hated working with big companies. I don't like big, complex infrastructures. We work with a company in Germany, for example, it takes them 8 people to sign one invoice. I find that highly inefficient. I spend most of my life raising big venture capital. And when you raise venture capital, what do you use the money for? You hire people.
Yeah.
And it turns out that when you spend a lot of money, you spend a lot of effort raising the money, then you pay a lot of money hiring people, often the processes become very inefficient. A lot of people don't want to learn, they don't like their job, they don't like this. So ultimately, all the money is always gone
Yeah.
and you get very little done. So what I love here the most is like we only get people that want to learn, that want to achieve things. So they come to me and say, listen, what else can I do? Like, do you have another project for me? How can we push the limit? I found a new model. So it is the complete opposite of my corporate experience where everybody's always just kind of, you drag them along like a mule. We're in a position where everybody's kind of dragging me along. And if I want to rest for 5 seconds, somebody else comes around the corner and says, listen, I got this really cool idea I want to build. And generally we say yes, and it's amazing what people here come up with. So they teach me, they drive me, and that's much more fun than any corporate setup I've ever experienced.
Okay, love that. If any of the employees disagree with something that you say, whether it's an idea, what would you want from them? Would you want to say straight to your face, like, that is not a good idea? Would they prefer an email? Like, how is the dynamic in work when it comes to these two communications, basically?
So the dynamic is quite simple. First of all, I think we live in a time where we have to assume as leadership that we are wrong most of the time and that everybody who works here is trained to use the AI agents and check for bullshit all the time because that's what we mainly work on. AI agents are full of bullshit. Leadership is full of bullshit. So it's for our team to figure out what actually is correct and what is not. So I expect everybody to check what I say all the time and therefore have to consider that I'm wrong many, many times and that things change all the time. So what I don't particularly care for are just unsubstantiated opinions. I think we're beyond opinions, but if somebody comes up to me with actual data, which is now easier than ever, and say, listen, the model that we're using, I don't like, and we got a better model, we're going to switch that model.
Yeah.
Like, I am not married to my decisions from yesterday at all. We live in a constantly changing environment, new models, new technologies, things that we think might work on Monday, might not work on Tuesday, something else come on Wednesday. So what we try to teach you is that mindset that we're probably wrong most of the time. So that includes me.
Okay. You advocate for a Bali lifestyle. Would you say that you're someone that really lives that Bali lifestyle, or do you secretly open Slack at 2 a.m., play on the AI in the middle of the night? Could you explain on that?
Well, it depends on what you mean with the Bali lifestyle. We have still this understanding that Bali is just surfing or just meditation. Bali is an incredible place, low-cost place to live, easy visas. You can balance very nicely. You can outsource a lot of things. Like I don't do anything in my life that I don't want to do, which is amazing. But I also, there's time in your life when I do work a lot. Like right now, I do 14-hour days, which is not Bali lifestyle, but we're building some products where I want to be part of.
Yeah.
So I work more hours. So I don't mind it because what we do is creative, it's fun, it's exciting, and there's a time for everything. So I like the Bali lifestyle, and for me, I am probably more balanced and healthier here than ever been in my life because I can still go to the gym at night, I can still see my kids every day.
Yeah.
But Bali lifestyle doesn't just mean only sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
That would drive me crazy.
I get that. Okay. We focus heavily on AI execution. In a world full of bots, what is the most human skill you would expect all of us as employees to have?
I think the big question, and I have little kids as well, I have older kids, I have younger kids, is like what humanity can bring to the future at all as AI system keeps improving at mind-boggling pace. So I think that human skill, like how to interact with each other, becomes absolutely vital. Talent management becomes vital. Inspiring people to do things becomes absolutely vital. Questioning things, looking for creative solutions that maybe the AI cannot think of because it's more like a predictive model.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the human qualities I'm looking in for and that I think we need to bring to the tables are exactly the stuff that is not taught in schools.
Yeah.
We don't need people that can memorize stuff. AI can do that much better. I don't need people that just throw in some homework that they fake together. AI can do this stuff better. So the human skills that we need right now are the ones that are the least fostered within our education system
That's true.
and that nobody ever gave a shit about.
Yeah.
And all the tools that you learned to build a classic career in corporate are exactly the skills we don't need.
Exactly.
And I think this is why this is so transformational, is because suddenly everything has been turned on its head. Because I was initially a musician, a little bit earlier with this. So my life was always unusual. I never followed that corporate path. So for me, it's more normal.
Yeah.
But now actually what made me good as a manager is being creative and being flexible and trying out new things and keep trying until you find a way that it works. I think needs to become the most vital human skill that we can bring to the current system. And then the second thing is there will probably be a time when we have a lot less to do because of AI. So we need to keep our minds in check. Like, we need to have human skills to support each other when maybe all of us are going to lose their job in 2-3 years.
true.
We need to figure out what are we going to do if suddenly all of my work is done. Like people like me, we identify a lot as a person through what we do within our work. So
Exactly.
what else we got to bring up? Like what else do we have to offer if suddenly we don't have to work anymore?
Exactly.
Most people, when they retire, they die. So think of what's going to happen if all of us retire in 3 years, no matter what age we're in.
Exactly.
And what are we going to bring to the table? So these are the human skills, I think, that are needed. And unfortunately, it is exactly what's not taught in university.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Looking back to 2018, the world is a different place. What is the core reason you still want Xventure here today?
I mean, I think EX Venture is a tool to try out cool stuff. You know, when I founded EX Venture, we were doing 0x. We had a few company startups. I love the craziness of trying out something new and raising enough funds to do that, trying things out. Statistically, most startups fail anyway, so why not try? But if it's successful, it really works.
Yeah.
And what was cool with EX Venture is that it allowed me, without any major outside investors, it's literally mainly me and my craziness that is driving this, is to create a safe space to try things out. And without the pressure of big VCs, I've done deals with Kleiner Perkins at Wellington and Royal Bank of Scotland. So I've done all these things for many years, but it kind of kills the fun.
Yeah.
A lot of entrepreneurs think like once you have VCs on board, your life get less. It's actually the
Yeah.
complete opposite. The fun is drained out of the business and you're probably going to screw it by the end, no matter if you're successful or not. It's like working with the mafia. So EX Venture is really now an umbrella organization where if we say, hey, we can have potentially a new product, if one student comes out here right now and say, listen, I got this idea for an app, it's already working, I'm sharing with my friends, they love it, we can commercialize that in 24 hours. We are completely set up
Okay.
to build, grow, and finance companies in hours. And I think these are the new time frames. We're not talking, used to be 15 years until a business got profitable.
Yeah.
Now we're talking to 15 days.
Exactly.
So the speed has really accelerated.
Yeah.
Even when it was 15 years, it didn't feel like it was slow moving. It was already high stress environment. But now everything has been condensed so much more that EX Venture building this infrastructure. And you know how it is here. We have an app. We got a whole media team behind the scenes. We have everything automated. We can literally go public in no time with the
Exactly.
infrastructure that we have. First the product, then the company. And I think that's the fast environment. Everything integrated, everything AI automated that you need to be successful
Yeah.
right now.
Okay. And when it comes to, let's say one of your interns have a problem, would you rather have them fix it themselves, even though it takes a lot more time? Or would you rather come instantly to you or to a manager and have it done in like within seconds?
We have a very simple tier, and that's what we teach the AI as well. Like, we are here to execute, right? I'm not here to babysit. I still have, we have 16 companies to run. We run massive government projects, R&D projects. So we don't have time to babysit, and I don't really believe in babysitting, even though I have a lot of babies of my own. I really don't believe in that thing. So there should be a certain hierarchy. The first thing is learn your tools, and learn your tools by asking AI. So even our people now in IT and programming and automation, they don't write a line of code anymore. They just copy and paste in and out of Cloud Code and make screenshots and say, what should I do next?
Yeah.
So we kind of understand that fundamental answer to most of your questions, ask fucking AI, right? And then if AI can answer it, ask the person next to you, and he's probably going to ask AI.
Yeah.
And if his AI cannot figure it out, then ask kind of like your supervisor, say, listen, you know, I really have a problem with doing it. And only if all these things, if that knowledge does not exist, please come to me.
Okay.
Like, I'm here to manage very expensive problems. My time is very limited. I'm almost 50 now. So if there's a different way to solve your problem that doesn't involve me, use it.
Okay.
And I think it's a great life skill.
Yeah.
Because most people, they start working, they find a problem, then they stop. So we teach people literally just don't stop. There is a solution. And if nobody has answered that question before in all of humanity, and AI can solve that question, then you probably just found an incurable disease that didn't exist, or you found something in your mind that doesn't exist, and then it's really not worth answering. So all the questions are there. Just use the tools.
Okay, last question. As a CEO, what would you want to say to students or anyone who wants to come to Xventure in the future?
I think we created a dream experience here that I would have loved to do. When I was that age, I would have been like the first, this is creative or something I would have loved to do. I love the community part. I love what you do with going rafting and to building cool products and trying things out and having the community side and exploring and being in a different country and being one of the most beautiful places on earth. So I think it's an amazing opportunity. You get every tool on the planet to create things. The second thing is I would like to communicate with everyone. This is an incredible time to start companies. Like, it used to take an army of smart people to build anything, which you can do now on your own. Use it. I think that window is going to be short. I think anybody who's thinking about getting a third degree right now instead of using this opportunity is really missing the boat. This is a very, very short window of opportunity. And anybody out there who's not freaking out about the future of AI, I think is delusional.
Agreed. Thank you so much for all your questions and
Well,
for your
my pleasure.
time.
Keep it up.
We loved it very much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.